is the lower
7-17
lower bracket game. All right, Fnatic facing off against Teamless. Fnatic are on the right-hand side. I need to just swap this. Teamless are on the left-hand side. It is 0-0 in terms of games. It is a best of 3. The team that loses this goes out of the qualifier. They are removed from the game or the tournament, and the team that wins this qualifies for the next game.
What the heck?
So we're having a close look at 7-17 in kills. Even though the kill score, gold is bang on even. Where is that made up? Bottom lane, 153 to 173. Mid lane, 142 to 101. But Xpeke is 727.
What is this? I don't even.
Top lane at the moment, 125 to 120. And Shushay is 415. For all the Shushay haters that were giving him rage a little while ago, he's doing very, very well this game. And it just looks like a bit of pressure onto Cyanide in the jungle. He's gone 0-4, or 4-for-4 rather. I can assume Dragon Control has been in favor of Fnatic. 2 towers to 1.
It has to be Teamless. How else would they manage to get the gold?
Or, yes, sorry, you're correct. Sorry, I got my kills backwards because Fnatic are on the right, Teamless are on the left. So Teamless have been controlling the Dragons. I'm looking at the gold graph right now. Tabs has taken a lot of damage from Xpeke. And a fed
Actually, Chat made
Cassidy.
an interesting point. The gold items on Teamless. Kerp going for triple gold per 10 again.
Is it going to pay off? That's the question. Because currently sitting 1-for-4. He hasn't been able to set up too many games. Admittedly, it is 1-for-5. So, 5-1 KDA overall. And now we're going to see whether or not... We're catching up. We're 22 minutes into the game. This is the first game in the best of 3. And once again, a lot to play for. Now, the interesting thing is now Anguish is now pushing onto Shushay. Pressure on this bottom lane. Directed cameras pulled us all the way down into Lordon.
Make sure that you're ahead, by the way.
Lordon is now down.
I joined the game.
I will fast forward as Shushay manages to pick up a kill on the top lane as well. So another 2 kills. Is the Ignite going to be able to tick him off? No, it's not. So I'm going to put directed camera on and fast forward to real time. Is this the real time? Is this reality? Shushay is now picking a fight with Kerp. The Vengeful Maelstrom is going to be enough to pick up the kill though. So he goes down. And I'm getting up to real time. 8 seconds away, 10 seconds away. Kerp is now going to go down from Xpeke. One more Null is always going to... Paranoia is actually what used... Well, Paranoia used, but it wasn't able to pick up the killing blow.
I hate to say it, but the game is so confusing that we hadn't watched it from the beginning.
Yep. Definitely comes down to out-CSing. I mean, look at Teamless. They're significantly far ahead in terms of the farm. Most of their lanes are winning. Some of them quite a lot. 40 CS as well as the GP5s on Maokai as opposed to Nocturne. Top lane, 146, 142. Or admittedly, oh, there goes the Ash Arrow. It does get dodged though.
Why is Slepper playing in Fnatic?
Where do you see Slepper in Fnatic?
He missed the arrow.
Oh, right. I didn't catch the reference. I did not catch the reference.
It's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna make it a thing.
Well, that makes sense for me. I'll encourage this. And the damage coming out from Xpeke at the moment. He does burn his flash to jump away, though. Currently sitting on 1,200 gold. Xpeke's Kassadin is very, very aggressive. He likes to play in your face. He likes to deal a lot of damage and then allow the remainder of Fnatic to actually finish off the kills.
But is that a very smart idea when Shushay's top lane?
Well, 20 to 8. I assume we can say it is. It seems to be working out so far. Admittedly, though, it's only a 2,000 gold difference. So Teamless must have stolen some dragons, or maybe they've just been in complete dragon control. We're going to have to see how it plays out when this next one respawns. But there's a lot to play for. So Shushay, once again, seems to be having his way with Anguish's Jax at the moment.
Well, Olaf does beat Jax, from what I know. Actually, wow, I could be completely wrong. I thought Jax beats Olaf.
I thought Jax would beat Olaf as well, from what I've seen in the past.
Cyanide ganked top a couple of times.
Cyanide 442 could be it. Fortunately, we have not seen from the start, so don't know for sure. And apparently people are starting to get alcohol poisoning from some drinking games. Sorry about that, guys. But at the moment, 25 minutes in, we're in a full-on team fight phase. Cyanide moves into the grass, takes that sapling to the face, compliments of the spell shield, and they're sticking to Baron at the moment. They know Ash is away. Ash does have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow available. Xpeke jumps forward. He's taking some damage from Baron, taking quite a lot of damage from Baron, in fact. He's going to get stunned up by Anguish. The wish comes out from Soraka just to save Xpeke. And now they're going to stick on the turret. Here goes Paranoia. The Ash arrow does come out, lands onto Tabs. Paranoia dive forward, and they don't manage to... They do steal it. Fnatic actually pick up the Baron buff. They trade 1 for 1. It's both solo mids. Shushay with a double kill, and he's running around. Chug, chug, chug. Bro Marcia all the way through. He's going to be sticking to Corki as best as he can. Not only do they pick up Baron or steal Baron, they pick up 3 kills in exchange for 1. And that was a huge, huge, huge play.
Why? Shushay should have taken that kill with his axe.
We are going to rewind this. Let's go just a little bit further backwards. The fight, wow, the fight took quite a long time, actually. So let's watch this in slow-mo, guys. Let's see what happens. Xpeke is going to commit in. After he jumps forward, takes so much damage. There's the command attack. Takes a bunch of hits from Baron Nashor. I think he gets stunned up from the counter-attack. I can't actually see why he just stops. No, there we go. Counter-attack only got up, so he gets out of there. Wish has now been used. Baron Nashor down to 3,300 hit points. Paranoia comes out. And there comes the damage onto Tabs. Tabs takes a ton of it. Drives forward. Smite was actually used. You can hear the animation.
I'm sorry. Would you say that he took a ton of damage?
Yes, I did. That I did. And Shushay just tanking 4 members of Teamless. Cannot be stunned. Compliments of Ragnarok. Continually pushing forward. And what a great, great play by Fnatic. I do actually have to stop doing these replays because now we've got a plus 320 damage stuck on the screen.
Too much damage.
But you know what? It was worth it. For that kill, for that fight, that was well worth it. Shushay Rendian.
XPK decided to move away from the Rabadons and go for a Banshees. I think this is actually quite smart, considering he can get W'd by Maokai if he tries to jump in for those aggressive pokes that we keep seeing.
And all the magic damage that comes out from Jax, Corki, as well as Orianna. I mean, it's just going to give him all the survivability that he needs.
Just wait for Kerp to get a DFG.
Oh, is Kerp close to
DFG
it?
Maokai.
Ooh, that would be pretty interesting.
That would actually work really well, considering your W doesn't do that much damage. You'll get the target at relatively high HP.
So XPeke at the moment, 839. Shushay, 725. Just finished a Force of Nature.
He's so tanky.
So tanky. He's got the physical armor. He's got the magic resist. And Brolaf.
Without much HP items, he's sitting over 3,000 HP. That's ridiculous.
I also just noticed all of the hit points are stuck on my screen as well. Plus 20s across the board. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I still think it's hilarious.
No, I see that too.
Kerp is moving forward.
Gold on my screen.
There we go. So much damage has been placed onto Kerp at the moment. They're trying to focus Felox's Soraka. He finally goes down. He did get the Wish out, though, but it was a little bit early. In reply, Corki's down, so I would trade a support for the carry any day of the week. Anguish is trying to put pressure really in the top lane, but Lamia just playing the kite game so well. He is going to go down and back, though. Shushay picks up another kill onto Anguish. Cyanide manages to finish Kerp. Now we're down to that's a 3-for-2 trade. Cyanide should be able to catch off. Lord's going to go down in the background. One more reckless swing. The red buff Cyanide against Tabs. That's going to be him going down. In fact, Xpeke Rift Walk followed up by the Force Pulse.
All kills are XPKs.
9-3-11 on Xpeke. What can you say?
Wow. All I can say is better ban Kassadin.
I've seen a lot of Kassadin from Xpeke, and every time he plays it, he does it well.
High elo AP mid who does play Kassadin a lot.
I must admit,
I haven't seen Ocelot play Kassadin.
I remember watching Ocelot at Dreamhack, not Dreamhack, sorry, at Gamescom Seabit, and he blew my mind with his positional play and the coordination that he had with the old SK team when they would commit, because Ocelot would sit like in sort of blind positions, jump in with the Rift Walk, Force Pulse, and Null Sphere, and the rest of SK would just roll in and just blow everybody up. It was really, really good. The moment, though, 11-28, Fnatic in the driving seat for game number 1 in this lower bracket game.
Actually, I think I have an apology to make. Before I entered, I did say that Fnatic wasn't so good anymore. It's true. They haven't really been putting up the best results. And anybody in the competitive scene, especially in the high elo, will agree with me that Fnatic haven't necessarily been a top team at the moment. However, this game, something happened that we weren't able to see, so I can't really be too sure. But they're really doing well this game, and I'm going to say that it's a lot because of the advantage.
I want to see whether or not this is going to keep up in the next game. Once the champions get to, we missed the beginning phases. There goes the Paranoia dive onto Anguish. The Ash Arrow comes out, just whiffers. So close. Manages to pull a Slepper this time round.
Yep.
But unfortunately,
TSM is really doing well this game, by the way.
What I think cost them, what I think was the problem, was that, or not the problem. My assumption is there was a lot of camping of maybe the mid lane or the top lane. Because you've got Xpeke and you've got Shushay with a lot of kills and a lot of assists. So they've continually been ganking, continually been pushing. The thing that we don't understand, or we missed, is exactly how they got to the 17-7 point, 17-7 stage in the game. And 1 game out of 3 does not win you a spot at Dreamhack. You need to win another one. So Fnatic are going to have to do it again if they want to earn their spot at the LAN final.
We'll see. I'm really curious to see how the beginning of the game went. Where the pressure was put.
You can also see
most likely mid lane. When we came in, XPK was sitting on the most kills on his team.
You can also see at the moment Lorden either disconnected or quit this particular game because he's been AFK for quite a while, unfortunately.
I don't think at this level and at this team camaraderie, people would rage quit.
Well, it's possible. So keeping an eye at the moment. 6,000 gold. I think it's just a matter of time before Fnatic win. 5 versus 4. They had Baron. They've got map control. You wonder why they wouldn't surrender. The Ash Arrow does land the tabs. It is going to be followed up. There goes the Ragnarok and the Shurelia's Reverie. Shushay is now going to put some damage down. Gets Shockwave back. Actually, Ragnarok had not been used till right at the end there, so he was able to be pulled back. Now they've turned their attention to Kerp, and wow, Kerp is taking a lot of damage from Olaf. Finally going down to Ash in the background. Now Shushay just carries on putting that pressure. Anguish is trying his best to defend these Nexus turrets, but it's a bit too little too late, unfortunately. And Teamless are going to lose game number 1 in their best of 3. And there goes the stun. Shushay is probably going to go down to the Ignite. They do get Corki in the background. Another jump from Anguish. Now the Paranoia. Shushay comes in. He's going to actually take 1 or 2 more hits. And GG. Fnatic pick up the victory in game number 1. So we're going to have a very short break. I'll make sure that... oh, this is game 2, apparently.
This is game 2, yeah.
Well, admins have not... Can I get a confirmation? Let me double check with the admins. They haven't actually mentioned that to me. And let's close some of these chat boxes. So what we're going to be doing, guys, I'm going to quickly throw up some music on in the background. I'll keep my screen on just while I arrange the next game, and we'll be back shortly with Fnatic versus Teamless. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say I told you so. That was in fact game number 1 of Fnatic versus Teamless. I did just get it confirmed. So Fnatic are 1-0 up in the series right now. We're going to be going into game number 2 very, very shortly. Their game started the same time that Moscow 5 versus Absolute Legends did. So while we wait for the game lobby to get pulled up and started, don't forget, guys, this is the Beat It Dreamhack Qualifier sponsored by SteelSeries and MSI. In our winners bracket, we've seen Moscow 5 going down to Absolute Legends, which means Absolute Legends will be qualifying as the seed number 1. I'm going to try and get an update for the XHCL versus Na'Vi game. Just as soon as the admins can get back to me, I will let you know. If you've been having some fun with us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/quickshot, QU1KSH0T. or facebook.com/brokenshard. Head over there, throw some love.
Hey, what's up?
And of course, yeah, so have some fun with us.
I just like really to thank everyone on the chat. You've said some good things, some bad things, but you know, I'm gonna ignore the bad things. Really appreciate all the support that people have been giving me. If you really like what I'm doing, please join up on my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/brokenshardstream. Also, I have a chat channel on EU West called brokenshard.stream, all lowercase, no spaces. Please join in. I'll start streaming soon. And it's really an honor to be here casting with Quickshot. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. That's awesome. Been flying solo for a long time, so better to have a co-caster. Guys, you can see we are just waiting on the next game to get started. We're just waiting for Fnatic and Teamless to jump into the lobby. If Fnatic win the game, they qualify for Dreamhack. If Teamless win the game, we go to game number 3. So while we're waiting for that, music's up in the background. I need to eat something because I'm starving. And we will be starting off very shortly. So, a broken shot.
Quick shot. I hope you don't mind, but I invited a friend who I feel deserves a lot more credit. Yamato Cannon, say hi.
Yamato.
I don't know.
Not yet?
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Yamato?
Yamato Cannon is
Yo, guys.
ex-Western Wolves. I feel that his stream is one of the better streams out there, and you really should check it out.
Yeah, of course. Yamato, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. I've been watching your stream all day.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support.
I really like your casting and Broken Shard as well.
Great. Thanks a lot, Yamato. So, are you going to be joining us for this game? Can you spectate through the client?
Yes, I could do that.
Sweet. Well, welcome.
Well, it wasn't my intention to have him join, but if it's okay with you, that would
Hey,
be pretty cool.
it'll make it a little bit interesting. I don't think we've
He's
ever
a
done a
2.2k elo mid top lane main, so he can fill in on those laning information.
Well, I don't think I've ever spectated or watched a stream that's had 3 casters, so we'll give it a bash, see what happens. Banned so
to keep
far.
myself in the background.
No, we'll be asking you for questions, Yamato. You're going to be the go-to pro guy. So
That sounds great.
Yamato is Palestinian in heritage, and I'm Israeli, so me and him being friends kind of breaks that barrier.
Broken Shard, could you get more controversial on a stream, dude?
Absolutely
really,
not.
You don't have to drop that bombshell. So, let's have a look. Bans, Fizz, Ari, Shen, Nocturne. Who else are we going to see banned from the pool? Possibly Jax? Maybe even Olaf.
Jax.
Well, Karthus is the next one. Did
No Kassadin, man.
Fnatic miss a ban?
Wait, I don't know.
Who was your third ban? It looks as though they'd run out of time. It looks as though they did actually miss a ban this time round. So we'll see if Xpeka replies and just lets me know. It's Urgot. Urgot was the third ban. They just missed clicking it for some reason. And the first lock-in from Fnatic is not Soraka, it might be Sona.
Sorona.
Sorona. I'm a fan of Sona.
First pick is actually something I haven't seen in a long time. I remember TSM. Oh my god, I can't believe it. TSM picking Sona first in, I think it was Providence, MLG?
Every single time.
Or was it Kiev?
No, Providence.
It was either Kiev or Providence where they picked Sona every game.
No, definitely Providence. Definitely Providence.
Yeah, it was Sona and Sivir. Every game.
Now, the strength of Sona. Sona, since the healing nerfs, is a little bit weaker. Compliments of having those chords dropped in terms of the hit points return, but her ultimate, the crescendo, is still so powerful. If you can get grouped up champions, instantly stunning them, the entire AOE is massive. But it does go back to Soraka at the end of the day. So Feliox is going to get his Soraka, who's been doing very, very well with. We've watched Fnatic a couple of times for these qualifiers, and every single time Feliox has played Soraka, they've done very well. It looks as though Anguish might get Jax once again. So do you think we might see another Olaf lock-in from Shushe?
Probably. But Shushe, I'm sorry, Olaf doesn't necessarily beat Jax. Because Yamato would know more about this. Does Olaf beat Jax, Yamato?
As I saw last game, the Jax was just ganked hard.
So in champion versus champion, would Olaf beat Jax, Yamato?
Not at all. Jax is the ultimate top laner right now.
But we still see an Olaf pick.
Well, we do see the Olaf, so we're going to have to see whether or not this happens again. This time around, Cyanide's going to be using Nautilus. So, actually, I think he was using Nautilus last game as well. I can't remember. No, it was Nocturne last time round. So, whether or not we're going to see Cyanide camping top again to give Shushe a very good start or not, depends on whether or not Olaf's going to be able to at least shut down Anguish's Jax.
With this Nautilus, they're really going to shut down this Jax. Especially
yeah,
since Nautilus is such a good ganker.
I would have been scared already if I was in Angus shoes.
There's also the possibility of seeing Jax in the jungle as well. It's very unorthodox, but it's a possibility.
Knowing Kerp, he'll probably do it. Kerp is crazy, man.
I'm having a quick look at the admin chat for today's qualifier, and it looks as though XHCL have knocked Na'Vi out 2-0. According to what I'm reading in chat right now, I'm double checking whether or not it's 100% confirmed. I have just asked the admins. But as soon as I get 100% confirmation, I will let you know. But according to what I'm reading right now, guys, Na'Vi do not qualify for Dreamhack.
It doesn't surprise me at all. HCL has been practicing for 3 weeks straight every day.
Am I the only one that hears the echo?
There's a good possibility it's something to do with my soundboard. I wish I could fix it or tell you how, but the soundboard's worth more than I am, and I don't like to push the buttons. So I don't really know what's happening. While all of that's going on, though, we have had
this
more
global
picks.
presence. We're really looking for top lane. I think this is what they did last game. Kassadin would roam top lane and then gank Jax, because Nocturne didn't really have many assists, but Shusha had kills.
I'm very interested.
Is that what happened, Yamato?
I have to give it to Fnatic in this position. Their picks are just way stronger.
We also see Xpeke managing to get Twisted Fate again. We've seen them knocking who was it they defeated earlier in the week? But Xpeke playing phenomenally well with Twisted Fate. Managed to backdoor, I think it might have been SK Gaming actually. Continually pushing, using that Destiny to get up into the back lanes, taking out inhibitors in the back line. And it was very, very powerful. So at the moment, guys, this is, of course, Fnatic. They are on the left-hand side, facing off against Teamless, who are on the right-hand side. And if Fnatic win, they qualify for Dreamhack. If Teamless win, we go to game number 3. 10 seconds left on the clock. Are they going to stick with Shyvana?
Wait, game number 3? Wasn't this the third game?
Nope, it was not. Chat was incorrect. That was game number 1, which Fnatic
Chat incorrect?
Yep, I know. I'm sorry, chat. I did get it confirmed with the admins. All right, I'm having a look at the moment. Let's see. Yep, XHCL confirmed have knocked Na'Vi out 100%. So if Na'Vi decide they want to go to Dreamhack, they're going to have to do it through the open LAN. And we do see Shyvana was in fact locked in. And at the moment it looked... Okay, I got excited for a second. I seen Kerp with Morgana and Smite.
So who's going to win? TSM, Teamless, or Fnatic?
Well, at the moment, of course, Fnatic, they've got some very, very good global pressure, global presence. Wish, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, as well as Destiny. In comparison, you've got a lot more sort of single target focus. Shyvana, Jax, they've got the AoE stun, they've got that Dragon's Descent form to knock people backwards. And then you've got the AoE damage coming up from Graves and from Morgana. I think I just see a little bit more synergy in the Fnatic lineup.
That could be true, but think about it this way. If Morgana can get the perfect ultimate and hit a lot of people, Shyvana will just run right through their team. Also, the level 1 is in favor of Teamless, so we can see an invade on Fnatic's blue, and Nautilus really, really needs this blue. However, Fnatic also has a good level 1 with Olaf Q's and Ash's crit.
Also TF cards. That's a big thing.
Alright, so we are into the last 2.5 minutes. Summoner spells. Cleanse is currently sitting on Lamia. And Flash Exhaust currently sitting with Felox on Soraka. In reply, Graves does have Flash Heal. No Exhaust coming out from Teamless. But they do have a teleport on Tabs. So Tabs is probably going to have to be setting up some of those ganks, controlling the lane, and trying to control the other lanes with that teleport as well. Now, sorry, what was that, Yamato?
I think we'll see Kerp counter-jungling Cyanide very hard. It's the only reason I think of the Shyvana pick. We're going to see invades at the red instantly. If it doesn't go off at the blue.
Now, whether or not those counter-jungles are going to be effective is what's going to determine the game. We watched... who was invading? It was Nautilus invading against... I can't remember who a second ago. The game just before the one we just watched, and they managed to pick up a double kill very early on. That was actually Teamless versus someone else. But anyways, the counter ganks, if they don't have that flash available, if Kerp is not able to get in and get out effectively, it is going to be very, very risky. Yeah, with regards to the shoutcasters, guys, unfortunately, we are going to be jumping into the game, myself and Broken Shard. Yamato, Do you have a Facebook or a Twitter page that people can follow you on?
Yes, I do.
Let everybody know, because for the game, it's going to be myself and Broken Shot running away, but let everybody know how they can follow you and watch your streams.
Well, the link contains a lot of numbers and things. You can just search for Yamato Cannon or something.
You can join his in-game chat. It's similar to mine. It's Yamato.stream, whereas mine is BrokenShard.stream.
That sounds even better.
Wow, sweet. So, thank you for dropping by. Thank you for stopping in. We are into the last 20 seconds before the game goes live. So I'm going to throw up one quick advert, have a quick drink of water, and when we're back, it will be Fnatic versus Teamless, game number 2 in the lower bracket semi-final. So, adverts are up. I'm going to mute my microphone and have a quick drink, and we can look at the loading screen skins. Cheers, Yamato.
Goodbye.
So, loading screen is up. Hopefully it's not going to bug out and fly down to the bottom right like it sometimes does. And it did. Don't panic, everybody. This is a fixable problem. I just need to wait for the game to load. But we do see Brolaf on Shushay. So, Broken Shard, what do you think of the team picks, the team selection so far?
Well, I'm going to have to give the team picks in Fnatic's favor, because just that global presence from TF and Soraka is going to make it that Olaf is going to have an easier time. I guess Shushay really likes Olaf, since I remember there was a bit of a discussion where Shushay was having a hard time playing Bruisers.
It's been a slow transition for Shushay. You know, he did tend to play those APs in the top lane and do fairly well with them. I've actually seen him playing Gragas in the top lane and being relatively effective in some of his solo queues. But Olaf is the only bruiser I've seen him pick up that he can play at a slightly more, top level, like some of the other champions. So we are fixed. Sorry about that small bug, guys. It happens from time to time.
I also had that bug.
Yeah, it happens when you click. If you click anywhere outside of the screen...
Are you on Borderless?
I am on Borderless.
Yeah, that's what happens in Borderless.
Yeah, it's something to do with XSplit, and whenever you click on the screen, Alt and Enter doesn't work when it's loading. You do need to actually wait for the game to get in, and then Alt and Enter.
And as I said, they're invading, but Kerp is going to face check into Cyanide.
And just give him a little love tap, and Cyanide walks away.
He's like, hey, buddy.
Now, we've seen, I'm going to try to remember who it was, C-Play, I think, setting up some great level 1 first bloods. Sitting in that top grass just by the river, and as somebody was moving from the blue buff back to the middle lane, would land a Morgana Dark Binding and pick up a very early kill. And of course, the Dark Binding, the potential counter-attack from Jax, as well as Dazzle from Taric is very strong.
The only thing stopping Cyanide from invading and taking their blue is the fact that they haven't warded. So the second he walks past, they will know. So Cyanide's going to have to start red. Very poor start for Fnatic right here. Any interruption of Nautilus is going to hurt him immensely.
Yeah, especially because he's so mana intensive at these lower levels.
He's just intensive. He just doesn't do enough damage, can't tank it. He has such low base armor. I mean, with 13 armor and 6 in defense, that's like an additional 19 armor. He's at only 34 armor.
Oh, Kerp manages to pick up those Wolf Cramp, and now he's moving over to blue. So let's have a quick
My prediction is that they're not going to have him smite this. He'll take it without any problems, without smiting it, and then go for his red and take it quickly.
Well, Cyanide is on the red at the moment. It has just reset. Not managing to pick up too many hit points because Felox actually was the one that had pulled the aggro. So that's going to be very beneficial for Cyanide. He's actually saved his smite. Yeah. Very well played.
Good job from Felox. Really good job. But even with this, it's going to take him at least 10 to 15 hours to take that blue buff.
So now
that's how poor an actual jungler Nautilus is.
Yeah,
in the early levels.
He's a ganker. I think if you were to call Nautilus anything, you compare him to the likes of a roaming champion because his skill set is so powerful.
I really hate to have to say that, but that's not what Nautilus is about. His level 1 to 2 is super weak, but once he gets 2 ranks in his shield, the jungle just ramps up to immense levels. You just destroy the camps. And he's not like Alistar in the sense where you've got that good early clear and then fall off. It's the poor early clear and the poor early
Take a look at the pressure coming out at the minute. Now Cyanide has managed to catch up to Kerp. He's got that Titan's Wrath. A great Dredge Knight is going to pull him back. One more auto attack. That should be able to pick up Flash Blood. Cyanide not only gets first blood, but he refreshes both his red and his blue buff. And that was great play from Cyanide.
There's no way that should have happened. I'm just a bit surprised. Nautilus is not a good dueler.
The Dredge Line was so good. It was also due to the fact that Kerp was at less than half health. So he came into the fight at, missing a lot of HP. He was down on hit points from Nautilus. Nautilus was able to block up some of the damage complements of that Titan's Wrath. And
once he gets that shield, it's hard to kill him.
Exactly. And the thing that was very, very effective from Cyanide was he delayed the Dredge Line. He didn't throw it immediately for the DPS. He waited for Kerp to run away. And only once Kerp was running away did he actually pull, Kerp back into range for that last 1 or 2 auto attacks.
His W is actually kind of weird. It's not like red buff where it'll do the damage after you stack it. It's actually an on-hit modifier and then a damage over time. It'll deal the damage immediately upon hitting, and then once more. So attack speed is a good thing to build on Nautilus, which is why his burst damage is so high.
Oh, very, very powerful, especially on a champion like Nautilus who gets off that slow start. To be able to have that bonus 400 gold right from the get-go, it's going to just help Cyanide out. You'll see he's already finished his Boots of Mobility. And that's just going to give him even better clear times and even better ganking potential. I'm also nervous that they gave Lamia Ashe again. I mean, Lamia is such a strong Ashe. And they managed to leave Ashe in the lane.
There was a gank attempt top. Shushay had to burn Ghost, but Angus queued up his stun but ran out of mana.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Flash was available, but didn't opt to use it that time round.
No, he was too far away by that time.
Alright. And of course...
Boots of Mobility being picked up by Cyanide, I really like this pick. He's got 4 wards. He's really looking to help his team with wards, even though Kerp isn't necessarily playing a gank or jungle.
I love the new animations on Ashe.
The new animations?
Yep.
Really nice. But something I'd like to point out, the point that they picked Shyvana, I think, was to slow Nautilus' jungle down. Nautilus picking up that first blood on top of Kerp, dying with double buff, is going to make it so now he can't counter jungle effectively. You see, he even took Flash. Normally Shyvana's would take Exhaust, but he took Flash, so he was definitely going to counter jungle. But just now he can't. He just can't anymore.
And we do see Cyanide, he's sitting in the top lane, he's been waiting for a while. Red and blue are about to go out. Aware of. There's the dive from Angus. That's what they've been waiting for. The level 6 Destiny comes in as well. So Angus has now been locked up. Olaf is Shushay is trying to run away. Finally, Angus goes down in the background. Shushay is going to be able to land that axe. He moves forward with the Berserkers. And Xpeke picks up a double kill.
At one point, Kerp decided to say Bay Life and run straight for Shushay. But swiftly, Cyanide switched focus, knowing that Jax was already going to die, and pulled Kerp at the last possible second. And save Shushay's life.
Great play there in the middle lane, and you could on the top lane rather, and you could see the coordinates. You could see them waiting, going, "Okay, we want to go," and Xpeke going, "I'm almost 6, few more seconds," And as soon as Xpeke had level 6, let's just see what's Morgana. Yeah, she's only recently hit level 6 herself, so that delay, that waiting, whether it was intentional or whether it was, Anguish hasn't dived onto Shushay yet, and all of a sudden Xpeke goes, just give it a few more seconds. So. Great play in the top lane. Under normal circumstances, I would replay and rewind and watch it, but every time I rewind, I get a graphic bug, and I'm not doing it this time. So, 3-0, Fnatic, 1,600 gold lead at the 7-minute mark, and looking like they're very in control of this game right now. Need to see Large Rod already picked up on Xpeke. 117 CS, 4 points into those wild cards, 1 into select a card, and 1 into the stack deck as well. And we see Cyanide.
It's different. Some TFs will get straight into W, some TFs will actually max his E. I know a good TF player called Belgian Beast from Lowland Lions. Well, he left.
Pressure on the top lane though. Depth charge goes out. Now we do have the teleport coming forward. It does land onto both. Shushe's going to have to use that Ragnarok, which he does. The stun does land into Cyanide, though. One more Dark Binding may be enough. Anguish manages to get stunned up under the tower. And a brilliant Dark Binding from Tabs. Cyanide should be able to pick up a kill into Anguish, which he does. Now he applies the stun into Tabs. Tabs does have cooldowns up. One Dark Binding is available. Locks Cyanide up. Cyanide has a little bit of mana, but not really going to be enough. Now,
Shield coming up.
moves forward. The yellow, Black Shield comes up.
The shield came up at the last second.
Yep, just enough time.
Yeah.
But
one thing I'd like to point out is that Shushe saved Cyanide's life in that situation. He was stunned by the ult, by Tabs, but then Shushe with Ragnarok stood in front of Cyanide, so Morgana could not land the binding. Of course, that binding that he landed on him from all the way back there onto the turret was just unreal. Yeah. Shushe technically saved Cyanide's life there, so it's kind of a repayment there.
That was a great Dark Binding coming out from Tabs. It seemed to curve the bullet. Went through the champions, went through the creeps. And
must curve the bullet.
That's it. Secured the kill. So first kill for Teamless does go on to Shushe. But when you consider...
Meanwhile, Kerp is farming mid lane, which is really, really good, because look at the CS compared to Cyanide. He's really far ahead of Cyanide at the moment. He really needs that. It's really important for him. And new shot game. Every time I say really, you guys can take a shot.
In terms of items at the moment, 74 CS on Ashe in the bot lane to the 75 currently sitting on Graves. Twisted Fate going for Boots of Mobility as well, and that's an interesting one. I don't think I've seen that before. And you can just see they're going to be playing a ganking game. They're going to be playing an aggressive find kills game. And as long as the mobility pays off, hey, you can't complain. Cyanide does have the Destiny comes up. Now, yeah, the Black Shield is up. Does manage to burn through, so the stun doesn't land. Ignite has been burned. Cyanide, he does have Flash available. Or does not, rather. A Flash. Wow, long-range dredge line.
Mobility boots OP.
And really, really strong. So Cyanide, he's got the blue buff. Blue buff stolen away there from Tabs. Completely refreshes, and that just means once their blue buff is available again, he's going to be able to donate that to Xpeke.
But there's Dragon.
A great place at the moment. Xpeke was waiting for the cooldown on that selector card. He got his gold card up, flashed forward and locked Morgana up because, of course, selector card has a smaller cooldown. The Ashe Arrow manages to land onto Kerp. Yellow card finally comes up. It does actually land onto Taric in the background. But
Fnatic are really picking up their game. I'm genuinely surprised.
A great play, great coordination.
They're rebirthing themselves for Shushe again, so he can stomp Dreamhack. Like last year.
Well, we're getting close to it. Of course, they did win Season 1 championships, and that was in December, unless I'm mistaken.
No, it was June.
Was it June as well? So Season 1 finals. Now we're coming up to Dreamhack once again, June 16th to June 19th. The winner, if Fnatic win this, they qualify. If Teamless win this, it goes to a third game. When the other team does not make it through, they are out of the qualifiers, and that just means that they have to go to the open LAN and risk playing in the open bring your own computer LAN for a spot in the Dreamhack tournament. $40,000 on the line, if I remember correctly. Top lane, huge pressure going down. Anguish manages to put a lot of damage down, but has no mana to carry on with the chase. Shushe's got the Heart of Gold, also the Philosopher's Stone sticking over. Tried to recall on that second bush, but was chased away once Kerp managed to walk into the lane.
I haven't really seen this build on Shyvana. I play a lot of Shyvana, and I never forgo the Wriggles. I think Wriggles is just way too important. Or at least in Madrets.
Especially with that Twin Bite ability. You know, the potential for getting a double proc is just too high. And we do have Cyanide. He's still wearing that Oracle's Elixir. Clearing out the wards. Clearing out the vision. And look at the dragon control from Fnatic. Hit F1 and check that vision out there, Broken. Their entire bottom half. Yep, F1 and it'll just show you the vision of Fnatic. F2 will show you the vision of Teamless, and then of course F3.
I see nothing
back to original.
Teamless.
So very little vision in reply from Teamless. We do have Destiny up. Where is that going to be going? Destiny comes to the middle.
Lane.
They do land it onto Taric, followed up by the Asho. The auto attacks as well as the wild cards. The heal goes down. That saves him for a little bit longer. Nautilus should be able to finish this off. Dredge line into depth charge. Plus Riptide finishes off, and Kerp even uses the Dragon's Descent. It's not going to be enough to actually deal any damage though. And eating a gold card in the face.
I'm gonna make Warcraft 3 reference. They came from behind.
The Rufflecopter in Warcraft 3.
Yes.
But what a great gank. Cyanide and Xpeke once again, a 4-man in the bottom lane. It leads to a kill. Yes, a lot of abilities are used, but if you use them and you pick up kills, why not? Shushay does seem to be losing out to Anguish in his top lane, though.
Well, yeah, we talked about that Jax would beat Olaf. Even with all the pressure, Jax is the counter to Olaf. One of them, at least.
So Olaf currently sitting on 57 CS to the 84 of Jax.
Wow, I didn't expect him to be that far behind.
Yeah, but keep in mind, there are double GP5s ticking over. So yes, it is behind. Yes, it is,
he's double gold per 10, a dragon, 3 assists, but Jax is only 100 gold behind. So we can see that raw mechanical skill from Anguish is beating over Shushay.
Huge numbers. So the dragon, it went down around about 11 minutes, if I remember correctly. So that should be up in about 17. Now we do see Lorden moving. The dredge line lands onto Metal X, actually. It lands the Riptide. The Ash arrows are going out. Those Frost arrows so slow. Hawkshot goes out. The Enchanted arrow is available, and it manages to catch him on his left arm. The left shoulder holds Metal X in place. And Lamia just moves forward. 1 or 2 more auto attacks. And secures another kill. Currently sitting on 2,600 gold. That's a Infinity Edge, unless my math is completely terrible. 2,180. That should be an IE completed. And so lucky for the Ash arrow to land. It was just on the left-hand side of that hitbox. And take a look at the way Shushay is leveling up his Olaf. 5 points into Reckless Swing, 4 points into Undertow. Nothing into the Vicious Strikes.
Into W.
And I mean, that's his sustainability and his primary bonus AD ability.
I think he's relying on the, what's that item? The Philostone for his regeneration.
And he's, I don't know if I like that idea.
I don't. I definitely don't. The W gives you so much extra AD, especially since Shushay has 2,000 HP at the moment.
Well, even with the pressure on that bottom lane and the fact that there's been several ganks.
That W, sorry to interrupt one last time, that W will give him, if he had it level 1, it would give him 27 AD and about 10% life steal and spell vamp.
That's huge numbers for just a single point.
Exactly, it's like a 1-point wonder.
It's super point. The bottom lane I find quite interesting as well. Lamia 132 CS, 101. But Metal X has been farming really well considering the wards. We do have Wish coming out, so that was in the top lane. Destiny's been used. Tabs is now going to force to use the, pop that black shield. I didn't see the beginning of that fight, but Wish was blown. Anguish is down on super low life. Well, nothing came of it. No additional deaths. So we can just assume that it was a gank from Cyanide and Shushay under the tower.
This poke from XPK.
He is out of mana though. Mana regen coming 6 or so mana.
He wanted to blue card a creep that Shushay stole.
Not cool. Not cool.
No, definitely not.
The bottom lane is what I was trying to point out is Metal X, even though we've had multiple ganks, he's lost his tower, he's still keeping up in CS, or at least he was until this very last fight. I mean, we're sitting 10 or so creeps behind. Now it's only, now it's 20 creeps.
There's some aggression.
It's going down on the bottom lane. Exhaust was on Metal X. Now he's going to be moving forward.
Behind.
Collateral damage is available, so the Ignite goes down, instantly blown up from collateral damage.
Wow.
So that's Soraka really blown out.
That was a really good arrow.
I missed the arrow. It landed on Jax, didn't it?
Straight up in the face.
Yep. So we watched that Soraka being blown up.
He was not able to get an auto hit off because he was stunned straight away. So he wasn't able to proc the red buff.
Now, very nice leap strike from Anguish. That's going to lock Xpeke up. They're going to be able to pick up that kill. And immediately reply with the dragon. So
actually.
Nicely done from Teamless. They were 4,000 gold behind. This is going to make it 3,000. And I love the animation on that dark binding on the new Blackthorn Morgana skin. It looks really cool. Instead of just that purple bubble, it at least looks like a death spell now. So 7-3 is your kill scores at the moment.
But still no wriggles or bad reds. Really not liking that at all.
Going for the Fates, trying to go for the control, I suppose. That's probably to replace the fact that there's no exhaust. Not having exhaust means she needs the slow or the additional crowd control.
Yeah, of course.
And
but
look at,
you always get a Phage on Shyvana.
Look at how much
there just to build first.
Look at how much gold Teamless are currently sitting on. Head over to the gold graph. Everybody's got more than 1,000 gold in their pockets.
Someone's gonna be getting money.
So that's pretty interesting.
They all have Boots 1. They all still have Boots 1 and first item slot. It looks so pretty. If you take a look at that.
There
Like,
we
it's
go.
just boots, 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 boots.
I don't know if I'd call that pretty, but hey, whatever floats your boat, bro.
I have OCD, so having this perfect pattern is great for my eyes.
So Morgana has finished her Zonya's Hourglass, the double kills, as well as the Drake that's just been collected. Means that she's picked up a Blasting Wand as well, as opposed to finish those Sorcerer's Shoes. Death Cap is completed on Xpeke. And just in terms of gold, mid lane, 6,500 Xpeke to 5,600 on Tabs. Top lane, 5,000 on Shushay to 4,600 on Anguish. Even though the farm is quite significantly ahead, those kills and the GP5s really starting to pay dividends. Bottom lane, 6,700.
I'm not too sure if Merc Threads is such a good idea, especially on someone like Olaf.
Who's got the
better
Ragnarok.
suited to get maybe mobility boots like the rest of his team. Not really. More maybe Ninja Tabby or
there goes the
Island
Ash
City.
Arrow onto Anguish, followed up by a Reckless Swing. Now from the background, Cyanide comes up and manages to lock up both champions. Kerp and Anguish, the first one to fall is now going to be Anguish. Kerp puts a lot of damage onto Lamia, but is not going to be able to get away from those Frost Arrows. And just to be sure, the Wish comes up from Soraka. And a very nice double kill from Fnatic once again.
This global presence is just immense from Fnatic. They're really just able to be everywhere at the same time. Although XPK is really, really squishy without a single Doran's item.
Now they're trading at the moment. It looks like Fnatic are going to take this top interior turret. They're going to let Teamless try push down this middle turret, and Teamless should be able to do it. With that Radiance gone, it's going to increase the attack damage of the champions around, so it has been a fair trade. Or at least it's been a trade of 2 for 2. But 2 mid turrets are way more valuable than 2 top line turrets. And towers are 3-3 at the moment. Lamia and Shushay carrying this game. I would say Cyanide is probably setting that up at the moment. 5-0-4. He's either got the kill or picked up the assist of every single one of Fnatic's kills thus far. Lamia's been doing very, very well. He's landed those Ash Arrows or the Enchanted Crystal Arrows that are necessary. Managed to pick up a 14-minute Infinity Edge.
You know you're doing a good job as a jungler when you're part of every single kill on your team.
Exactly. Not necessarily that you've gotten 5 out of them, but nevertheless, it is very, very powerful.
He actually sold his mobility boots and built Merc Threads. It's actually pretty good, considering that Morgana's going to lock him quite nicely.
What I like to see, or what I find very interesting about the Cyanide at the moment, he picked up that Oracle's Elixir around about the 11-minute mark, and he's still wearing it. 11 minutes up to now the 20-minute mark, still holding onto that Oracle's. And Xpeke's got his Sheen available now. So once that starts getting closer towards the Lich Bane, his damage and his burst, rather, is going to go up even higher. And of course, Xpeke's got more upfront burst than what Tabs does. Tabs can apply, the Dark Binding and the Tormented Soul into a single target. Those wild cards hit everybody in the team if they're lined up correctly.
Looks like Anguish is going for the Triforce there. It's a very common build. However, pick up a Zeal instead of a Sheen.
I like to see the Cutlass on Jax as well first, because of the lack of sustain, because of the lack of life abilities. I prefer to see him going the Cutlass, pick up that active slow.
Pre-change, like before Jax was changed, that was the norm. But after the change, it was more recommended to build a Triforce because the extra move speed and slow from Phage. It helps Jax keep stuff in place. Also, the damage increase is much higher.
And we do see Lamia falling all the way back once those champions walk past the wards in the River Bush. And I didn't actually see. Now Destiny has come out, so are we going to see Xpeke moving to the top lane? I didn't actually see where he goes, and he is. The teleport's coming out from Morgana, so an ultimate for a summoner spell, that's a fair trade any day of the week. 73-second cooldown as opposed to, what is the cooldown on Flash? 290 seconds on teleport. But it does mean they might get caught out here. Xpeke is now moving forward. The yellow card goes out. Tab stands a very good point-blank Dark Binding. Now they've turned their attention to Shushay. Shushay does have Ragnarok available. It has been used as well as the Ghost, I believe. So he's going to carry on running. He's landed at least one undertow in the background. Lorden is still pushing forward. Are we going to see us flash? There goes the flash dazzle. Anguish is now moving forward again. And once again, Shushay popping up. That was the Ghost. So It was the Shurelius Reverie that I seen earlier, not Ghost. And a very nice dredge line.
They're really trying hard to pick up some kills here.
The only one that they got was Xpeke, and they let Lamia pushing on the bottom lane. Lamia.
Meanwhile, in bot lane.
Yep. Just pushed it up to tower, but not dealing any damage.
This might be Baron though, but I doubt that they can do it quickly because I hate repeating myself. No wriggles.
Let's see exactly how this turns out. They do have Jax. The Jax and Graves can deal pretty good damage.
Able to rip it apart.
So those two alone will be able to deal quite a lot. If Tarek opts to use his Radiance, that might be a difference as well. So let's get on to Baron. 3,500 hit points, 2,000 hit points. Cyanide's going to have to do something godlike here. Unfortunately, flashes over the wall, pops that dredge line. Destiny was used from Twisted Fate as well.
Fnatic wasn't able to steal it.
No steal. And just
Cyanide's been really good at steals though.
The yellow card does go right, does land onto tabs, and look at the damage coming up from those wild cards. Shushay now, the Berserker's Grief, Soul Shackles has been used. That's going to try locking him up. Now they've turned their attention to Lorne. The Randian's Omen Pop was used. That's going to keep him in place just a little bit longer. The Flash Gold card is going to be able to pick up at least that kill onto Tarek. Not necessarily the end of the world. You know, at least they picked up one in reply as opposed to giving up a free Baron and the free kill. Shyvana's now moving forward. Dragon's Descent completely misses Phalanx, unfortunately. And gold card to the face. Now the giant spell shield.
What the damage.
And so powerful. Leap Strike plus Empower just completely melts.
Phage proc. Come on, he needs a Phage proc.
Tabs is now going to be falling on the background. Going to look over to Shushay. The Leap Strike over onto Metal X from. I think now up in the back line. Lamia, Ashe, and Lamia and Cyanide able to pick up a kill. And now all of a sudden, Anguish is the one that's in trouble. Counter-attack is going to lock somebody up. They do manage to blow that cleanse, but it's not going to be enough.
Wow, this is really good.
And that was good for Teamless.
Kurt
that was really good for Teamless.
Lamia, and he was hitting him. He's like, Phage proc, need a Phage proc, need a Phage proc. Poor guy didn't get one.
So that's the Oracle's blown as well. Not only did Oracles get killed there on the Dragon, but Cyanide came back into the fight and died a second time, giving up additional gold.
Shushay actually expended both of his gold per 10 items and upgraded them immediately. I'm not so sure that was a great choice.
Well, they are sitting 3,500 gold behind. The Dragon is finally going to go the way of Teamless at the moment. So I think that's suited to Fnatic, 1 to Teamless.
Teamless does have a better late game. I'm going to have to give it to them. Jax, Morgana, Shyvana, all are just terrors late game.
You're also going to remember that both Lamia and Shushay scale fairly well. Olaf gets pretty intense. If Olaf is able to get to that backline and tear Metal X apart...
I'm sorry to say, but with this build, Shushay isn't exactly going to be dealing a lot of damage in the ultra late game, where AD and crits are the ones dealing damage. The more attack damage, Olaf is going to be the one dealing the damage. This cooldown reduction Olaf, it really depends on the actual HP of your opponent. Graves is going to get super tanky with his items, and Graves is already really tanky.
Ashe landed the Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto Metal X. He managed to take a whole lot of damage. Now, we've seen Destiny was used from Xpeke just to port to the middle lane. The top lane is being pushed naturally.
I think what Fnatic should do is poke. They have really good poke with Ashe Folly and XPKQ, as well as Shushay's Axis. And they can have Phalanx be the one healing them up from this poke.
Now, the other thing you've got to remember as well, the longer this game goes, the more powerful that Xpeke becomes, and it allows him to be able to split push more and more effectively. We've seen them doing it against SK Gaming a little while ago, using like a 4-man push in the bottom lane, allowing Xpeke to push up in the top lane. If they can get an inhibitor down, it gives them some map control, it gives them the ability to fight when they want to fight. And that could go a long way to helping Fnatic. In terms of items though, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge complete on Lamia. Phantom Dancer, Zeal, Last Whisper, and Infinity Edge complete on Graves. Almost the same in terms of DPS and itemization. Middle lane, Zonya's Hourglass and Death Cap completed for tabs on his Morgana. Xpeke, Warmogs completed in conjunction with the Death Cap and the Sheen. So this is a new build. This is an interesting one from Xpeke. But 245 CS, 249 on Lamia. Significantly further ahead than their counterparts on Teamless.
Warmog's Twisted Fate.
But what do you build next? I mean, do you finish the not the Force of Nature, the Lich Bane, and then followed it up with what?
Well, DFG, not Warmogs. This is the first time I've ever seen a Warmogs Twisted Fate. Well, actually, there's a guy called CivHD who does Atmogs Twisted Fate.
Now we do see Xpeke moving to this top lane. 454 base movement speed, complements the boots of mobility. He doesn't even need Destiny to port up there and win use Destiny to push the lane down. He is going to be using it shortly though, because the entire Teamless team is coming up, and he's about to run face first into a Jax. There goes Destiny, pushes him right back into the bottom lane. Shushay has used
I don't
the
like this
Radiance.
Warmogs that much.
We have to see what it builds into. I can sort of understand it when you consider that you're going to have Jax and Shyvana diving forward. You're also going to have Morgana flashing with Soul Shackles. So it sort of makes sense. We do have Asherah going down in the background. Now collateral damage comes out from Metal Ace. It's not going to do a whole lot to prevent the death of Tabs. Now they've turned their attentions. The heal comes out from Graves. And that's going to be able to delay just a little bit. Double kill for Lamia at the moment. Now Anguish has jumped into 4 members of Fnatic. He gets melted. That's Lamia with a triple kill. While all of that is going on, Shushay pushed the bottom lane all the way up to the tower. Now Xpeke is going to be the one that's tanking this tower.
Warmogs OP.
And yeah, that additional hit points, all of that life, the survivability, and just a great engagement there in that middle lane. You know, the Ash Arrow followed up by the gold card. It's going to cost 2 inhibitors. And I think Fnatic now have got what I would say complete map control. 2 lanes being pushed into
This isn't the last game,
inhibs.
is it? There's still some more.
No, this will be the last one of the day. This will be the last one of the day if Fnatic win it. But we're just going to have to see whether or not that actually happens. So 2 inhibitors down from 1 team fight in the middle. And I like it. I quite like what Xpeke has done. You know, he's got that very high base movement speed. He's not necessarily tanky because his resistances are fairly low, 65 and 30. But he is sitting on 3,000 hit points. So you need to continually fight and continually put the damage down, you know?
He's gone for another needlessly large rod, so I'm assuming that Fnatic are looking to end this game fairly quickly.
With regards to what the players are asking on chat, XHCL versus Fnatic. Does the game get played? I have just asked the admins. Look at the pressure. A great leap strike into counter attack. Locks Felox up, but it's just going to be for 1 kill. Now Shushay is forced to use his Randians and the Shurelias there in the background.
There were way too many comebacks this game. Like, I can't even keep track of them.
And such a good aggressive jump there from Teamless.
Meanwhile, top lane though.
And now in the top lane, we do see Baron Dasher going down. Baron currently sitting on 6,500 hit points. The Destiny comes
Graves
in.
is back.
So much pressure. There goes the depth charge. Shushay is putting the pressure down to Kerp as best as he can. Tabs manages to get the first active of that Soul Shackles onto at least 3 champions, but only manages to lock up the 1.
Oh, that's
up in the top lane, that's going to be some kills. And now all of a sudden, Teamless lose 4. And the only champion that they pick up is Xpeke.
Funny thing is that Xpeke was just about to walk out of the Morgana pool, but then Baron knocked him up, so he took another tick and died.
So all of that damage, all of that pressure, 56,000 gold to 45,000. Fnatic looking like they want to try push this down. Another Baron goes their way. No, that's the first Baron, sorry. Dragon is available. Fnatic Xpeke still hasn't finished Lich Bane. Has opted to go for the... oh, there goes a Slepper. Completely missing that arrow.
Just missed Curb.
So, opting to go for the Zhonya's Hourglass next. And so far, a really good game for Fnatic. They've sort of been in control of it for the majority of the match. They set up the kills very early on. And yes, they've given up a few kills here or there, but they've been setting the pace. There goes the Dredge Line, pulls Kurt backwards. Depth Charge is going to knock him up. Now Anguish has jumped all the way into the middle. A very nice Dark Binding. Holds Lamia in place. The collateral damage is what's going to pick up the final kill, though. Kerp is forced backwards. 1 more Empower might be enough to pick up the kill on Soraka, and it is. The Dark Binding did actually land, but you're not able to lock a Brolaf down once he's gone Bromarcian. Destiny's now moved forward. Going to pick up the kill onto Kerp. 1 more to attack Xpeke. Less than 40 hit points onto Kerp.
That's just not lucky.
And that really,
You
really
see, if
sucks.
he had more damage, he would have died.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe the Sorcerer Shoes, you know, the extra magic penetration, get through some of that those resistances, and it may have been enough to actually pick up the kill. So, 2 inhibitors down still. They should be respawning shortly. Now, once again, a max range dredge line. Soul Shackles has been popped. Shushay seemed to have broken it and then came back into the fight. Lands that undertow. Now he's moving forward. Eats a Dark Bind to the face. Shushay just so tanky. And all the ingredients required to finish off a Frozen Mallet. Well, yeah, just got to pay for the recipes.
He has the money for it, too.
And that's really going to start
money and
helping
more.
him as well.